Good morning. Welcome to the Lawrence County Museum. We're glad you're visiting with us today. My name's Jeff. I'll kind of give you a little bit of the lowdown of some of the things here at the front office area. If you'll come with me this way, we'll walk into the gift shop. We have many different books on Lawrence County history that are available here in the gift shop. We also have different tiles with pictures of various Lawrence County sites on it. And then as you go back through the books, there's some fiction and there's some nonfiction in there. Then we have various other knickknacks in the windows. And then I even have jewelry and things like that here, even a couple of purses and a few kids' items down in here as well. So we got quite a bit of things that people can purchase here in the gift shop. Why don't you follow me down the hallway and we'll look at some other interesting things. First, we have our Lawrence County touchscreen. Just allows you different things you can look at here. We've got places, history, people, work. You've got Damon Bailey, Patriots, that kind of stuff. The various townships in the county. People don't realize that we have that. So that's kind of a neat thing to do. Then we have a little exhibit here. Right now, it's on the first ladies and their ball dresses they wore to the inauguration. But this changes out every, so often. So you never know what's going to be in here, but right now that's what this is. Here we are in the Lawrence County Museum meeting room. This room is available for rental.
Welcome to the Edward L. Hutton Research Library here at the Lawrence County Museum. My name is John Verhurl and I'm a volunteer here to help any visitors or patrons whenever they're looking for information regarding family history, particularly related to Lawrence County. The one thing that's unique about the research library is all of the volumes that we have on family history. When we have a lot of information from a family, the way the story goes is we have a lot of stories, we'll put them in binders along the shelves over there on that wall. If we just have a few stories, we'll put them in file folders and we'll have them in these file cabinets. But there's a lot of local family history that you'll find located either in the binders or in the file folders.
Hello, my name is Marla Jones, and I'm the curator here at the Lawrence County Museum of History in Bedford, Indiana. Welcome. And I wanted to show you one of the most unique exhibits we have right now, which is the George Washington Hatfield rifle. Now, George Washington Hatfield was called Wash Hatfield by his friends, so that's how I will refer to him as well. Wash Hatfield was born in 1813 in Tennessee. He was raised there by his parents. He moved back and forth from Tennessee, just over the Kentucky line and back to Tennessee before he came to Indiana in 1831. Now, what's unique about Mr. Hatfield are a couple things. He did a muzzleloader flintlock long rifle. He studied in Tennessee, so you'll see a lot of the influences of the Tennessee gun rifle makers shown in this rifle. I wanted to introduce our lovely display of Wizard of Oz dolls here that were made by Boyce and Virginia Turner. They were made in Heltonville, Indiana. They started in 1989 in North Vernon, Indiana, and moved their operation in the early 90s to Heltonville, to the old Turner farm. Originally, they made dolls for their sister, and they were in such high demand that Boyce and Virginia decided to sculpt and create their own dolls. We invite you to come and see some of her work. This is her Wizard of Oz collection. We have other pieces from the Turner Doll collection, but this is definitely the most popular.
Lawrence County is home to 3 astronauts. First, we have Virgil Grissom. He was from Mitchell. And over here's the house he grew up in, which is still standing in Mitchell. Then you go into Charlie Walker, who was a space shuttle astronaut. And then on the far side is Ken Bowersox. But we've also had other people that have worked in NASA. This is Mr. Pennington here, Raymond Pennington. He was from out around Springville area, and he worked for NASA engineering. Then we also have our diorama of Spring Mill Village. Of course, the 1818 Montgomery Mill, which is still standing and in use today. There's a sawmill and 2 or 3 other of the buildings around from the village itself. Walk over here and I'll show you the Red Cross exhibit. Most people don't realize that Lawrence County had a tie to the American Red Cross. There were 2 people, the Gardners, Joseph and Enola Lee Gardner. They met, they got married, and settled here in Bedford. They actually lived in Bedford City Hall. Then later on, they purchased a farm between Mitchell and Bedford, and that became known as the Red Cross Farm. The cabin has been refurbished. This was actually the cabin that was on the farm, and it is now at Spring Mill State Park. So we do have a tie to the American Red Cross here in Lawrence County. I'm going to turn you over to Rowena and let her take you through the rest of the museum.
Hi, I'm Rowena. I'm taking over from Jeff, and I wanted to start with Bud Isaacs. So this is Bud Isaacs. He grew up in Bedford. He's a steel guitar pioneer, and steel guitar music was very different before Bud Isaacs than it was after Bud Isaacs. So if you come to the museum, please come and take a look at this and read his history. It's really remarkable. Bud Isaacs, Bedford native. Coming around the corner, one of our most famous exhibits here in this museum is the dressed fleas. And this section of the museum in general, the sort of the things in the cases, a lot of it comes from the time when there was no TV and there was no internet. And if you wanted to see something strange or unusual, you came to a place like the museum. So this was a pair of fleas that were dressed in the style of a bride and groom. It's a wild thing, and a lot of the kids groups who come here, they'll say grandma or great-grandma told them to look for the dressed fleas, and so we all come around here and look at the dressed fleas. So don't miss the dressed fleas when you come to the museum.
But I just want you to know, I know your grandfather's stuff's here somewhere.
Okay. Thanks so much for coming to see us via the video. Now we want to see you in person here at the Lawrence County Museum. We're open Tuesday through Friday, 9 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 12. Come see us.